he knew a lot of people, so there's a lot of possibilities as to why someone might want to harm him.
Father, brother, husband vanished without a trace. More than 4 decades after Roy Clarance Banks disappeared, detectives believe he's dead. They say there are multiple potential motives as well. Jessica Schmidt breaks down the theories in this Crime Vault.
Cincinnati's Crime Vault.
There's no shortage of rumors when it comes to Roy Banks' disappearance and presumed death. Some suspect the case centers around an insurance settlement. Others believe relatives with ties to drugs and to a motorcycle gang may have been involved. It was March 12, 1982, and Roy Clarance Banks had a busy day ahead.
He was supposed to meet with his attorney because there was an insurance settlement check that he was to receive in reference to an insurance payout. And then he also had an appointment to meet with to pick his wife up from the airport in CVG, and that was supposed to occur somewhere around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning on the day that he went missing.
But the 49-year-old father of 2 never made it to his afternoon appointment to get his $40,000 check, and he didn't show up to the airport to reunite with his wife, Ramona.
Everything around Mr. Banks says that he was kind of a creature of habit. So when he didn't show up to pick her up at the airport, she was immediately alarmed and contacted the police the next day.
Miami Township Police Lieutenant Greg Jenkins says the first clue in this case was his car.
Mr. Banks drove a 1965 brown Ford Mustang. So it's a very distinctive car, even in the early 80s. And investigators located his vehicle parked in long-term parking at the CVG airport. I think it's a very real possibility that somebody dumped his car there.
Investigators collected evidence from that car, including a cigarette butt and what was in the ashtray. They also started talking with relatives and neighbors.
A witness observed a black Chevy Blazer backed up to Mr. Banks's house on the day that he went missing, and it was noted that that was unusual.
That never led anywhere.
There's no indication in the report of the investigators following up to figure out who that person was. One good thing that's occurred in law enforcement over the years is that missing person cases are taken much more seriously.
The case file is filled with speculation.
There is an indication in the report that an outlaw motorcycle gang may have had some dealings with Mr. Banks, whether it was associations.
Nothing was proven related to that theory either. Some have wondered whether Banks's business or his relationship with relatives may have led to his disappearance.
There are rumors that are indicated in the reports that say that there may have been family members that were involved in the use of drugs or the transport of drugs at that time. Mr. Banks was also part owner in a pub called Parker's Pub, which was located off of Old State Route 74. We don't know if there was anything related to his involvement with the pub/bar.
Not having answers is what prompted Kate Ashcraft to investigate Banks's disappearance. While building a digital family tree, she realized she didn't know much about her great uncle.
I've got pictures of everybody, their personality, who they are. Roy is just the guy who went missing, and that's all you know about him. The man's got no bad record or history. It's like, is he naive maybe? Like, I think maybe he was taken advantage of, to be honest.
Ashcraft has looked into some of the same theories as detectives, and she believes Banks died the day he disappeared.
I personally think that Roy didn't leave the house alive that day. I think it was somebody he knew, he trusted, and yeah, they set him up. He's no longer with us. I think probably the settlement money had something to do with it.
In 1982, $40,000, that's a lot of money, so it's a possible motive. Or he may have owed somebody. We don't know. There's no indication in the reports of him being in debt or, involved with loan sharks or anything like that.
A writer by trade, Ashcraft is hoping to piece together what she's learned in a book. So far, she says that she's read articles, dug through police reports, and looked at some of the physical evidence.
Some of the test tubes are just degraded. But he is supposed to, the detective, talk to a DNA geneticist and stuff and see if maybe any of it, like in the baggie or anything, is still testable.
Ashcraft's end goal aligns with the detectives. Find out what happened to Roy Banks, no matter how long it takes, so he can finally be laid to rest.
I think that if you know what happened to Mr. Banks, that you owe it to his family and to just be a good human being and provide the information and tell us what happened.
It would be kind of cool to bring him home and at least bury him next to his sisters. You know, like show some mercy. You got what you wanted. It's been 40 years. Just bring him home.
Lieutenant Jenkins says the initial investigators also looked into a burnt jacket that was found at a third-party address. It's possible the jacket did belong to Roy Banks, but Lieutenant Jenkins says the burnt pieces are not included in evidence, at least not anymore, limiting their ability to investigate that. If you have information on this case, you're urged to call Miami Township Police. Jessica Schmidt, Fox 19 Now.